Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from tiffanystarology and it's so good to be here again with you today. If this is your first time here on the channel, please feel free to subscribe if this message resonates with you. Leave a comment if any of this is pertinent to your life situation, and also hit the like button to help this video grow and to reach other Pisces out there in the collective. Pisces, how are you? I'm doing really good. It's a Sunday, trying to get a video up for you guys in a timely manner today. Hopefully you're enjoying beautiful weather wherever you are. It is a nice, beautiful 80 degrees out here in Southern California. Enjoying that wholeheartedly because it has been very, very hot. Pisces, I always like to let you guys know I do offer private readings, either one-on-one or pre-recorded. Pre-recorded readings are going to be a little bit of a better price point for you guys. And also, if you're interested in just kind of like having that file forever, it's a really great option for you. I offer 1, 2, or 3 question pre-recorded, and we have a 45, 60, or 90-minute live reading on Zoom. So check the link below and see if you'd like to get a reading with me. All right, Pisces, let's dive into your energy today. I'm feeling a little bit of a throat chakra blockage on my part. Had to restart this video twice, which is weird. Struggling to get the words out right now. So there might be an issue in your life too, where you're struggling to say what you need to say or voice your opinion about something. Let's see if that comes through. For Pisces, what's their current situation right now, spirit guides? All right. I saw her. The High Priestess. So this is beautiful energy, Pisces. It's almost like you're in the shadows. You're possibly keeping something secret. There's news brewing within you. You may also be tapping into your spiritual gifts, but there is a very, very mysterious energy to you right now. I'm liking it. The High Priestess. Definitely feeling throat chakra blockages right now. Pisces, is there something that you don't want people to know about? Something that you're keeping secret? Something that you may even be afraid to reveal to the world about yourself out of fear of judgment, or maybe you're protecting something? What's challenging Pisces at this time? What's challenging this High Priestess energy? We have the 5 of Cups and the Hierophant. So what I feel for this definitely is if any of you have gone through like spiritual persecution, that is what's coming through. There's an energy here of just needing to be yourself. The Hierophant is kind of the counterpart to our High Priestess, but this would be a person who has more autonomy to speak out loud and be bold. Religious leaders, priests, monks, pastors, you know, the whole nine. And they're a little bit more out there with their teachings, how they preach, what they talk about. Whereas the High Priestess, as you can kind of see, there's a moon here. It's kind of in the moonlight at nighttime. And so I feel for some of you, you may be coming into your spiritual gifts and you may be starting to understand that you're being led in a direction that is calling for you to tap into divination, spiritual arts, witchcraft, things of that nature. And it might be difficult for you because you're used to not being accepted, or you're afraid of how people will receive you because you may have come from a more traditional type of background. That's interesting. So a challenge that you're going through at this time is to be yourself. What are your strengths at this time? Very quick. Justice. Spirit is bringing divine justice into your life. So you're finding balance. She also has a sword in her hand. So you're also realizing that you need to be true to yourself. This is you know, speaking the truth, telling the truth, nothing but the truth type of energy. And also, I feel like coming into equilibrium with who you truly are. I see a sad energy, of course, with this challenge card, where for a long time, you may have felt like you could not be who you were meant to be, or maybe this awakening that you've gone through has really challenged you in some ways to be yourself. But the Justice card as your strength is saying you have the, I feel like, true authority from the spiritual realm to be yourself and to come into balance with who you really are. Area of focus for Pisces at this time. Ace of Pentacles. Spirit is saying this is an opportunity, a doorway, a pathway for you. For many of you, a way in which you will make money, a way in which you can have a prosperous new beginning, a way in which you can have a new start in your life. Some of you may be starting spiritual businesses or going down the route of being a person who is really working as a spiritual leader. I feel like I attract a lot of those people to this channel because that's what I'm going through as well. So our vibe, can't talk, Pisces. Our vibe attracts our tribe. I really do feel this energy of being afraid or unsure or not knowing what to say or how to say it or how to be yourself or wondering if you will be accepted. That keeps coming through. Near future for you, but there's opportunity, Pisces. My right ear is ringing for that. The Hermit, which makes perfect sense. Wow, my right ear is ringing so loud. Confirmation. In order for you to really tap into these divine gifts that you've had, for many of you, it will require kind of going this alone. If you have felt like family, friends, spouses, children, siblings, whatever the case is, don't agree with you or look at you differently for the way in which you're trying to change your life, kind of structure your life, the way that you think, the way that you feel. I see what Spirit's trying to do here is essentially get you to go into somewhat of a hermitage so that you have this time to really spend by yourself, to be by yourself, to reconnect with who you are. So for some of you, this could be an energy of going into like deeper meditation. For some of you, this could be moving away from family, taking a pause from any kind of old spiritual realm that you used to be a part of. Also taking a bit of time to yourself to really ground these energies that are coming in for you that are telling you to go in this new direction with your gifts. Being a spiritual person often requires that we isolate ourselves. And the High Priestess does sit kind of in this energy of being alone, or I would say being hidden. And there's safety and there's security in that. And so as you're building onto these spiritual gifts, I see a lot of what you do being something that you really keep close to your chest, close to your heart. This message is not going to resonate with a lot of people, but for those of you who are going through like a spiritual transformation and awakening, you're realizing that you have these sacred gifts. Confirmation again. This is an opportunity for you to really hone in on those gifts. And for a lot of you, again, with this Ace of Pentacles here, it will be a way in which you can be financially abundant. What you do for work now in the next couple of years may not resonate at all. That just comes through. All right. Recent past. Whoa. We're not going to take all of those, but we are going to take these two. Recent past, Pisces. Okay, I gotta kind of cover her up. We have the Star card here, and we also have the Knight of Swords. So for many of you, you have been really plunged into a state of healing, awareness, connecting to your spirituality and going full force towards it. The Star card is about you healing yourself. The Star card is about you understanding that you are a part of the cosmos. You are also very earthbound, and your connection to nature has been revealed to you. Your spiritual gifts also may be heightened by ritual that you do under the stars or the moon. And I feel that you're also coming into your star power. You're starting to realize who you really are. With the Knight of Swords, this is a very fast, quick movement, right? So you may have come into this understanding of who you were really, really suddenly and made a huge life shift. And so it may have been like a year ago, If people would have seen you, they would have never suspected that you would become a high priestess or a high priest, that you would be working in a spiritual calling. Maybe even yourself, you're like, who is this person? So it seemed to come on quite quickly, but the healing that you've gone through, the awakening that you've gone through, it's helping to reveal to you how you're going to actually help those in the new earth. This is beautiful. So again, feeling a lot of spiritual awakening energy. Advice for Pisces at this time. Oh. Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You have the Devil and you have the Three of Swords. So what I feel like Spirit is saying is you need to cut attachments with those people that are really bringing negativity into your life. It also could be old ways of living, old structures, let's say religion, let's say different cults and cult practices, different ways that you used to live your life, your diet, how you used to resonate with wealth and prosperity, and how you used to talk to yourself. All those things are coming through. People in your life also who don't support you, who don't resonate, and who are not on the same vibrational energy and level that you are now. I feel you're being asked to cut those cords in order for you to live your best life and for you to be able to really assume this high priestess energy and really walk fully in your gifts. You must give up the old ways. And with that will come significant heartbreak for those around you. Could be also within you as you're shedding the old self, as you're shedding layers of who you used to be, as you're letting go of family, as you're going on kind of this solo trip with the Hermit card here, right? So a little bit of a heavy reading with this deck, but it's called, this deck is called This Might Hurt. So it gives a little bit more like sucker punch type of energy to the reading. But I feel here that it's like you have to just endure these swords because you see the light, you know the truth. You have to let go of certain people, certain places, situations, jobs, family, friends, homes, partners, whatever the case is, that just don't align with who you are. Again, dietary changes, the way in which you speak to yourself. Like, for instance, some people don't say good morning anymore once they become very spiritual because they don't like the fact that it says morning, so they'll say grand rising. Little things like that. And I also see here with the Six of Swords, you going into calmer waters, you chasing your new energetic vibration with all you've got, heading towards the sun, because that is exactly what you desire. You want this fresh start, you want this new life, you want this peace, you want this prosperity, but it comes with you having to actually go it alone. And I feel like for many of you, and I've been here and I feel like I'm here with you, when you walk into these spaces as a healer, it can be very challenging to feel accepted. But the truth is, you're not here to be accepted. You're here to be a leader. You're here to unveil the truth. The high priestess sees the third road. She sees between the lines. She knows the deeper, more esoteric, hidden truths. And that's what you're here, Pisces, high priestess. That's what you're here to do. Drop high priestess in the comments and say, I am a high priestess. Or if you're a male, I am a high priest. Because this is a part of your calling to be a spiritual leader and to also go through the falling away of people and situations and environments and habits that don't fit this new timeline that you're on. And it's also giving me the many are called, but few are chosen. This is a message for the chosen one. And sometimes when you're chosen, it may feel like you're being singled out or there's these crazy expectations of you. But understand also that we have soul contracts. And many of us who came to this earth, we knew we were going to be doing this. It's just there's mass awakenings happening right now. So it's a daunting time for many people. What's influencing Pisces' environment at this time? We have the Seven of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. Very powerful cards here, Pisces. So what I see with the Seven of Swords is you breaking away from manipulation. I really see you seeing clearly that the old life, the old traditions, the old values, the old ways of being, living, your understanding even of the world, that there was probably a lot of manipulation, a lot of deceit, and a lot of confusion that you see very clearly through at this time. And you've run away from it. You've gotten yourself out of the situation where you don't know exactly what to believe and who to believe and all of that. I feel like the veil, and you know what, that came up on the bottom of your oracle deck, talking about the veil is thin. You see clearly what you need to see at this point. And you're running away from anything that's deceptive, anything that's manipulative, anything that has been really programmed for you to believe. I see you having clear vision, and that's exactly what the High Priestess carries. She is basically an embodiment of like our third eye chakra. She is the one who sees the dark and the light in the third path, right? Three of Pentacles. Many of you are starting to build and work with people who are on the same path as you. So although this hermitage may start off with you being alone, or you could be in a period where you are alone or you feel alone, just know that you are never alone. Spirit has equipped us to all be able to meet soul family, to be around people who are going to be big significators in our life, to find community to build with, to grow with. And I see many of you, if you don't already have a base or a group, that will be something that you begin to cultivate as you step into your gifts, as you begin to accept this opportunity to be this chosen light worker, as you accept this justice that's being poured into your life, where you see the truth and you're speaking your truth. I feel so much more clear in my throat chakra now. That is when you will then be able to start building with these people. I see a lot of us right now who are building social media platforms, who are rising to the occasion, who are saying it's time for me to be myself. I don't know exactly where to start, but I want to start. That is exactly where you need to be. Some of this energy here of being secretive, of not knowing where you're headed, is inherently a part of being a high priestess. Is you really have to lead with your intuition and not necessarily with your thinking mind. You have to really trust that your intuitive hits are leading you exactly where you need to be, and that the part of you that used to think they knew everything is actually being told, oh, this is not necessarily what I thought it was, or there's actually more to life than I was presented with, or these toxic substances that we've been told are okay to eat are actually hindering my spiritual growth and hurting my physical body, you know? So I see a lot of that energy intermixed in all of this. And so it's almost like the people around you, what I'm seeing, they're kind of like, who are you? And what are you becoming? And who is this new person? And part of you is still trying to figure that out too. But you know that you are meant to be a star. You know that you are meant to be a person who's out here really healing the land, helping heal people. The age of Aquarius is coming upon us, and the star card is all about Aquarian energy. And so I feel that you are also in your, what do we call it? Like your period or your phase of becoming who you are as well. So if a lot of people don't understand who you are, you could even tell them, well, I'm still trying to figure out who I am as well. But I know that I'm transforming. I know that I'm changing. And with the Judgment card, you are literally being told by your spirit guides that this is the opportunity that they have been waiting for you to see the light, for you to ascend, for you to actually rise to your higher calling, for you to understand your truth on this world, for you to rise to the occasion, for you to realize that your spiritual gifts are necessary and needed at a time like this. You're going to build, you're going to walk away, and you're going to regroup. Period of isolation. Really, looking back at what you once thought was truth and having to part ways, walk the bridge to the other side, heading in a new direction because that old life and those old ways of being just don't align anymore, Pisces. Hopes and fears on this spiritual journey for you. Got a couple cards. We have the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Sun. So starting here with the Sun, what I see is like you just truly want to be happy, and also you want to walk in the light of truth. Your truth doesn't have to be everybody's truth though. So don't become preachy like the pastors and the Hierophant can be, right? The way in which we as spiritual people change this world is by embodying the truth, by being the light, and then allowing other people around us to see that and to also awaken. Our job on this earth is not to force awakenings, and our job on this earth is not to change people's trajectory, because some people in this life are just not going to wake up. It's not part of their soul contract to do so. But you that are here, that are searching for this like beauty, for this light, for this part of your soul to be ignited, your hope is that you can be this light, that you can find this happiness, and you will. But it does come after a lot of pain and sorrow and change. Disappointments, feeling like the world maybe was against you, a lot of losses, a lot of even like death to the old self. That comes through heavily in this reading. And, myself, I always wanted to be a veterinarian, and I became one in 2020. So I've been practicing for 5 years, and it's been a very fulfilling job at times. But it has definitely lost its luster. I love animals with all my heart and soul, and I will forever work with them. But the work that I do, this identity, this ego that I had created around being a veterinarian has really changed. So I have kind of walked from that sector into being a tarot reader, a Reiki healer, activating my light language, going on spiritual quests and retreats and all of that in the last couple of years. My awakening happened right as I became a vet in 2020. So it was also like, as soon as I became who I thought I was meant to be, it was like God unraveled that. And I had all these, these swords in my back. And so you may feel that same way. You may have been someone who for years and years, you thought that you were going to live your life a certain way, or things were going a certain way, and all of a sudden you just feel this call to change course. And I don't want you to fear the change of course, because it means that you are listening to the call. All these souls rising is what the judgment call is about. It's about your soul reaching its pinnacle, about you answering the call that Spirit has put out for the 144,000, as they call them, the chosen, to rise to the occasion of awakening this world, but not by force, but just by being the light. So this comes with massive change, right? Eight of Wands is about change of course, change of direction. Maybe you feel that you don't know where exactly to go, because when I always see this card, these animals are like fleeing from a wildfire. And you know how they just scatter. I just think about like Bambi. They just scatter and they don't know where to go, and they feel like their life is at stake and life is changing, or there's like a hunter coming after them, right, with all these spears. Ground your energy and ground yourself and remind yourself who you are in moments when you feel like you've lost a sense of self. Your fear could be, my direction seems so off and so unsure, and what do I do and where do I go? And the truth is, the journey is part of the process. You actually going deep within, hermit, and asking yourself those deep questions that you've been desiring. Those I want to understand who I am and where I came from and why God has me on this journey. Those are those directionality like markers that you will get. Also, High Priestess. When you finally start to tap into your divination and you use your pendulum, or you use your cards or your oracle or your candle magic, and you receive the answers by actually going in and talking with your higher self. Part of not knowing where to go is because God has entrusted us to ask those questions to figure out where we're going. Because it's so funny. I feel like a lot of the times the road is unclear. Like, I've been watching Agatha all along. Like, thumbs up in the comments if you've been watching Agatha all along. You put a little witch there. They're on this road called the Witch's Road, and they have to go through all these trials to get to the end of the road. I don't really know what's at the end of the road, and I don't think any of us know what's at the end of the road, right? But what we do know is that each time we go down the road, we find a new trial. So in each episode, a different witch in Agatha all along. It's on Disney Plus, for those of you wondering. They all go through a trial that they have to overcome an area of their life. And so part of you not knowing where to go or how to unfold your gifts or exactly how to put yourself out there is because God wants you to go within and wants you to like try it out, see how things go, revise if you need to. But what you do in those moments to get through those trials is you actually find a deeper part of who you are. You actually tap into your magic, into your light work. And that is what gets you through. And you also uncover special images, visions, secrets, prophecies about your journey along the way. Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are also worried, and this is very much so the vast majority of us, no matter where you live. We also want to be able to be fruitful, abundant, and take care of ourselves. Being a spiritualist doesn't mean that you will go broke. And for a while, I feel like a lot of spiritual leaders believed that you couldn't charge for your resources and all of that. But a lot of the work that we will do in the years to come as the earth becomes anew is spiritual work. It will become a vocation for most of us. And so I don't want you to worry about how will you take care of yourself. The world has so much to offer. We are tapped into infinite resources of abundance, and spirit will take care of us. Part of it is a faith move. Some of us will be straddling the old and the new life for a while until we're more stable. Like, I haven't quit being a veterinarian, but I have tailored my schedule to be able to be a little more flexible so I can also do this work. And so don't worry about stability, abundance, being able to take care of yourself, because there will be a way. But it does require that you put together the building blocks. And the Six of Swords comes up again as a hope and fear. So some of you are afraid of what is beyond the ridge. The others that are watching are ready to see what else is out there. So I think some of you are afraid of the journey. Others of you are hopeful of the journey. That's how I'm reading this. But wherever you go, the Six of Swords denotes that you head to clearer waters, calmer waters. It doesn't mean the journey is easy, but it means that as you traverse and as you go this new way, you will find on the other side of this road, this travel, the rocky seas, that you will find the stability that you're looking for. All right. Our last card will be your potential outcome. Spirit guides for Pisces. What is their potential outcome on this spiritual journey? Ten of Wands. It is time to lay the burdens of the past to rest. You're being guided. I think this is a robin on top of him. I'll look that up and see what the spiritual significance of a robin is. But you're being asked to let go of the past. All of these logs on this person's back are representations of different things that have held us down, conditioned us, held us back, made us feel less than, controlled our outcome, our outlook on life, all of that. If you are in a place in your life where you feel like life has gotten heavy, like the burden has become too much, the Ten of Wands is saying you're at a place of transition where you're ready to lay that down. And you're ready to complete a chapter or a cycle in your life and head to the next level. And so during this period of transition, Pisces, I don't want you to give up hope. I don't want you to lose faith. You have the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This is alluding to Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is you tapping into your intuition. This is you nurturing yourself, filling your cup, taking care of you, trusting what you know, continuing to believe that things will get better. I see the Eight of Cups below that, heading on a journey to somewhere new, somewhere where you will be able to be expressive, accepting of yourself, where others accept you for who you are, and for where you can also have more clarity about your journey, your road, your purpose, okay? That's all coming in. And our last card is the World card, meaning that this chapter that you've been in for years, some of you, especially the last 15 years, as Pluto was going through Capricorn, you now can walk out of this chapter more whole, knowing that you have all that it takes to get you to the other side, and you're ready to go on this new fantastical journey. Just really knowing who you are, Pisces. So I hear Spirit saying, it's okay, you can come out now. That's kind of what I hear. And if you've been afraid to start or you don't know where to start, what I've been encouraging people to do is to just start with something. I will probably share my entire story on my vlog channel that I'm slowly kind of getting back on, and I'll let you guys know when that's up. But my journey was not straightforward. I started off on Instagram. I ended up on YouTube. The reason I even made my Instagram was because I was kind of banished from my family. Definitely felt the energy of the Hierophant, the Five of Cups. But that was the challenge, that was the catalyst for all of this, Tiffany's Tarology. It wasn't even supposed to be a spiritual business. It was just supposed to be an Instagram that was a place where I could post freely. When you take the first step, Spirit has then the liberty to help you take the next. When we ask our spirit guides, our angels, to help us, they then can. But if we don't ask, if we don't go within, if we don't supplicate, we can't receive that direction. And many of you may feel like, well, I want to go to you as a tarot reader and ask, like, what is my future and where do I go? And usually we can give some advice, some direction. But I have found that most of the time, when you want to know what it is that you need to do, Spirit doesn't always tell me directly. I don't know if this happens to other readers, but Spirit doesn't always tell me directly what you're supposed to do. I'll have like hints and clues, but it's really supposed to be a journey within that you find out on your own. Again, if you haven't seen Agatha all along, I think the Witch's Road is making a little more sense to me, that it's really the road to finding ourselves. So let's end off with a couple of Oracle Spirit while they're on this journey. Love it. Chakras. Spirit wants you to really focus on balancing your chakras. If you don't know what they are, I highly recommend looking into it. It is quite expansive. There's more than the 7 that we see here, but there really are like energy centers for our bodies, and they allow us to be in alignment. Throat chakra blockage was huge today. And so that's the blue one here in the middle that really controls like the throat area of the body. And one of the things that you can notice when people have chakras that are out of alignment is you can actually have different ailments or health issues, or, you know, just like flares, pain in the areas where these chakras are. You have your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakra. And all of those control different like energy centers within the body. And when those are in alignment, we can really reach to our highest self more often. A reader that I love and I'm close friends with, Jessica Basilico from High Priestess Healing Tarot, often does like chakra alignment, meditations. I'm not sure if they're open to absolutely everyone, but you can also find videos on YouTube, different Reiki practitioners, things like that, to help you balance your chakras so that you can be the highest, whitest, light version of yourself, to really connect to spirit and get those answers more clearly. Any other messages? We're going to pull 3 more for Pisces on this journey. This is a heavy, not heavy as in bad, but just you're being called. Whoa, change. The old you is falling away, Pisces. The old version of who you used to be and what you used to be, how you showed up in the world. Your uniform is changing. So we don't know if she's changing from this into that or that, whoever. It doesn't even matter. But I feel this embodiment that spirit also wants you to have of this is who I am. This is truly who I am. And this is who I was. And I'm ready to become a brighter, a more daring, and more just, putting yourself out there type of person. And you're going through change. Confidence is increasing as well. Next one for Pisces spirit. I feel the energy of this card. Mature woman. So this could be you really just coming into who you are. I see a maturity. I see I know who I am type of energy. And you know what happens as we mature? We stop caring what people say. We stop caring what people think about us. We just start living in our truth. It's when we're younger, we have all these self-confidence issues, and we have all these self-esteem issues, and we have all these what are they going to think about me? The mature woman or man, they know who they are, and they don't have any issue with just bearing it all and just being true to themselves. And that's how I see you really progressing at this time, Pisces. One more, spirit. Okay, we got a couple. There we go. He said one more? No. We have single, sexy, and successful. So some of you, part of this is the person that you've been with or the family that you've been a part of have really held you back from really being your truest self. A job, even, especially as the success part goes. You are meant for a lot more. And the people and the situations that have held you back, especially if you're coupled with someone who doesn't serve you, someone who doesn't have the same ideals or vision as you do, it's time for you to be single, sexy, and successful. Spirit is pulling you into your own, what do we call it in basketball? Your own, I can't think of it, but it's your own tier. You have Earth Angel. So many of you watching right now are just rediscovering who you are. You are an Earth Angel. That's why you've been through so much. That's why you've never quite been able to fit in. That's why you're called to these spiritual gifts. They're a part of you. And through a lot of conditioning, a lot of you just not knowing who you are, by religious programming, by the society that we live in, witch wounds as well is coming through. You just weren't able to express and be yourself. Conflict and animosity are here. I don't pick up as this being your energy. I pick this up as the people around you. There are so many people around you who are affected by the light that you have, by the choices that you've made, by your desire to be different and to not just be a part of the crowd. Do not let these people hold you back from your truth. They may want to hold you and say you've always been this way. Who are you? Why are you becoming this? And there are days when it's hard for me as well, especially with family. But you have to let this bitterness go. Your aura is what's important. This anger, this conflict, this animosity, because you're finally becoming yourself and it's triggering people. Again, the veil came out. You see beyond the veil. The veil is thin. You see the truth. You know who you are. And you know that the world on the other side of this veil is so magical and beautiful and peaceful, and it's different than what you've been taught. We also have divination. And this is truly the card that like takes the cake. You have true divine powers. You have a true divine mission to be a person who practices divination. I will put the definition of that here. Your soul is here to help humanity through the act of divination. You are a diviner of the light, a card reader, a psychic, an intuitive, whatever you want to call yourself. And I'm not sure why God wanted this to come through, but it's here. There is a karmic masculine in your life. I have chills. Who's really been a big reason why you haven't been able to move forward. This is not going to be for everybody. So if this resonates, great. It came up at the end, I think, for a reason, because it's not going to resonate for everybody. But there is a specific masculine figure in your life. It could be a brother, a father, a son, a friend, a grandpa, an uncle, whatever, a pastor, whoever this is. And I really feel like your light has intimidated this person. And they, for a long time, this is not a short time with this person. They, for a long time, have really made you feel lowly about yourself. And it was almost like they were placed in your life to cause this awakening within you. And a lot of you are defeating that masculine. A lot of my people on here right now are saying they're getting divorces and moving on. And there's been breakups and business partner agreements that haven't worked out. And it's all been for a reason. On the bottom of your deck, you have emotional pain. This is like that Ten of Swords. So understand, Pisces, that you have the strength to get through this. I know it is not easy. And in letting go of the old versions of who you are, there's many layers. There's a lot to be worked through. Understand that your hard work will pay off. These tears are not in vain, because I see below it work, labor, and efforts. Divine feminine. Your work, your efforts that you put into yourself and your gifts and into humanity will pay off. It's going to be worth it. I also feel the energy of abundance, fruitfulness from this basket. Provision from God. You will be taken care of. You also may have to realize that you have to strip back layers of what it means to be taken care of. Do we need all this stuff? Do we need all these things? I'm working through that myself. Because abundance doesn't necessarily mean you're living in a mansion. Okay? I feel the need to say that. It can literally just be, I wake up every day happy. I wake up every day free. I wake up every day fulfilled. The high priestess in you is asking for you to look deeper at who you are. I feel so much peace, Pisces. This is you. I'll put it like this. This is you. You're being called to a deeper level in your life. You are the high priestess. This is your calling. If you've doubted it, if you don't know where to start, maybe divination is where you start. could be something for some of you guys, okay? But I love you. I hope that this message resonates. And again, if you got this far into the reading, go ahead and just leave me like a witchy symbol at the bottom, or the little crystal ball, or you could even just say like, I am a high priestess, just to, beef up the comment section, get this video out to others that need to hear it. Do not let the emotional pain hold you back. You are a warrior, Pisces. But I see your cry, and I've been there. And it won't be forever. We will get through this. A new day is dawning, okay? Love you so much, Pisces. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.